Hello, everybody. We're back with my friend and colleague and empowerment coach Jen Tews, and it's so incredible to be here with you again and to be sharing the second part of your story, which is really about. It's really juicy. It's where Jen's going to share information she's never shared, really, with anybody, because we just went through this process of really going deep into what our stories are, and you have quite a story of choices that you've made, turning points, and even challenges that have led you to know what your purpose is and really making a huge difference in the world. So tell us a little bit about, what were some of the challenges that you faced after discovering that you were living disconnected from your voice, from your purpose. What were some of the challenges that you faced as a result of that?
Yeah, and like in the moment, I didn't necessarily know that's what was going on.
Right.
I felt that I was doing what I was supposed to. I was finally learning how to behave correctly. It's kind of like how that felt to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what ended up happening is at 19, I found out I was pregnant with my son, and I wasn't married at the time, and that wasn't something that was how life was supposed to go. There's always this story of you know graduate, finish college, get married, and then you have your children. But here I was, and the order got shuffled, and being in a position where members of the family were asking me to come up for adoption. Some members wanted me to just hurry up and get married, not necessarily have like a big wedding, just get married in the eyes of God, to make the birth legitimate from their point of view. And just being in that state of like I don't know what to do. Like, what is the right choice here? And after living most of my life kind of deferring to everybody else, um, it was scary. Even at 19, there was questions, like how good of a mom am I going to be? Like, how am I going to support, myself and my child? Um, which option, do I want to go in? And I decided that I'm not giving up for adoption. I'm not going to get married. There's a lot of other things that I wanted to set up as opposed to creating these airs, so to say, the appearance of trying to make everything go in order and still trying to like pretend that this is how life is supposed to go. And really, that came from I knew how I felt in that moment. In that moment, like feeling that my life wasn't mine, that I wasn't worthy of love, and that is the last thing I wanted for myself. And just this like intuitive feeling that I know I can do better. Like, I know this feeling isn't how anything. And deciding that from that moment, I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know like what it is exactly I'm going to do, but I can do it. And standing firm behind that.
Did
Because
that mean you needed to stand up to your parents?
yeah, I mean, and it was a lot of things being very clear. I'm having this baby. I'm not getting married. So I'm like not trying to hide. What's going on. Um, there was a period even I took a break from attending school to move, so that way like we could still be a family. Um, with the dad who I'm married to now. Um, and that wasn't something that was acceptable, but it was like this is what I choose to do. Right, wrong, or however they felt about it. This is what I feel needs to happen. And standing behind that and being very confident and trusting myself, which when you're not used to doing that can be scary,
Yeah.
and very uncomfortable. Um, and even watching how like a lot of those patterns then also moved into my working career. Also, like, other challenge I started noticing is really feeling like unseen and unheard at work. And again, going through the motions, doing what others expected of me, until it got to a point where my son got a fabulous offer, to go train in Italy. I mean, it was his life's dream. But I was out of vacation, and work wasn't willing to give anymore. So, that, was another decision point. It's like, what do I truly want for my family? And I wasn't feeling fulfilled at work. I just started, working on this entrepreneurial learning, knowing that I needed to check. So, we decided as a family that
You were going to quit your
I
job.
was going to quit my job.
Yeah.
I still going in and asking, and this is before we knew whether where I worked before was going to say yes or no. Making that very clear distinction that it truly wasn't up to them. Their response would, indicate what needed to be done.
So did you have an idea in your mind and what your intuition was showing you was a bigger pathway for you?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Because, I think there's this fallacy believing that everything is like, we're going to feel that we're able to, and it's going to feel more concrete before we make that leap. And what I've really found out is that's not the case at all. It's really about building that trust and that confidence in yourself to move forward. And, that's kind of why we had that conversation about, okay, well, what if where I worked said no? And I didn't want a job that I knew I wasn't going to have forever, and wasn't fulfilling me, stand in the way of my son's future.
Right.
I didn't know how things would turn out, how things would look, but it was very clear that if something isn't working and trying to force it to fit, never works. So taking that leap and really making that decision of this is truly what I want. And, it wasn't just for me, it's for my family as well, which, was the beautiful part of it is just watching, how, the story continues
The story
to unfold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so you were able to take an opportunity that could have kept you held back and kept your son held back. I think this is a really huge thing that I want to bring up for all of you listening is that, as moms, we know that we want to help our kids live out their dreams, but we have to live our dreams if they're going to live their dreams. And that's you making that decision to walk away from your job. And at that moment, because I do know a little bit about your story, at that moment you knew that there was something bigger for you.
Yeah.
As you saw something bigger happen for your son, you also knew that you had a coaching career, that you had said yes essentially to the, stepping into your embodiment and leading women to, really know themselves, really, just become the full embodiment, which is truly just getting to know all of you, unlocking all of your power.
Right.
What we're going to talk about in the next video is, Jen's top advice that she's going to give for you as to how you can start to do this. We really live in a time right now where the women are leading. We are making. What I love about you, Jen, is make decisions and you stand by those decisions even when people in your life aren't supporting you, and that is how you move it forward. That is how you move life forward. But Jen is going to share her top secrets as to really what could be next for you in the next video.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you in the next video.